Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are in the world. You know it is JJ and JJ's PC Builds. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And thank you for all that have subscribed. Welcome to the family. Welcome to JJ's PC Builds and my veteran subscribers that always. Much love to you for watching all the videos and helping support the channel. Okay, today we're going to talk about this rumored leak about the 5090. It's supposed to be the Blackwell GPU version, so it looks like they got the new. It's rumored, but I want to see how much rumored it is. So we're going to go ahead and flip to the action screen just right in now. I got it all pulled up for you. I figured I'd get a little bit ahead of a jump on today and just let y'all know, because that way I don't burn up too much time. So it looks like they say that the rumor leak is that the Nvidia 50 series Blackwell GPU will be bringing biggest performance leap in Nvidia's history. Now, it all depends on what they mean by leap. But they're probably looking at about 2024 for that to be released, and they give the evaluation and everything else. Well, we're not going to go into that really quick. So that's from WCCF Tech. So we're going to go ahead and move over to and see what the architecture leap is all about. So looking here at the architecture leak that, let's see, they got Ampere next. Then they got the Grace. See, it looks like it's just leaping all the way up. We're past Ampere, and now we're into Lovelace, and then so on and so forth. Moving on down the road. Okay, the leak by Copy7Kimmy saying that it should have a 512-bit memory bus interface. So looking over here, let me go ahead and blow it up for y'all so you can see a little bit better. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll blow it up a little bit better so you can see it. Hopefully it's not blowing up too much to where you can't see it. Okay, so looking like this, they're given the 2023, 2024, 25, and 26. Now they're showing the different capacities and they're showing the different powers. But, I'm sitting here thinking to myself that the 5090, if it ships with 48 gigabytes like they're saying right here, this would be a hell of a GPU. I mean, 16 memory chips at 3 gigabytes apiece. I mean, that doesn't seem like it's right, but they haven't unveiled the GDR7X, so we're waiting to see when that happens. Now, if they ship it with GDR7, that might be a little bit different story. It gets speeds up to 32 gigabytes per second, equates to 2,048 gigabytes per second. And that would mean it would mean that it would put it up to 2 terabytes per second. But, the 4090 was canceled, so y'all got that, and I know a lot of that's been going on around. But we're going to go to the specs of what the 50 series, RDNA 4, the RX 8. How did I get RX 8000? Well, whatever. They're just doing that to get in there. But, I mean, the bandwidth and everything else, looking at it, this is the latest technology of the DRAMs. You got the 16 and you got the 32. You go from up to 512 to 1 terabyte. Looks like the 32 is Samsung DDR5, the HTSV goes up to 1 terabyte. Looks like they're jumping from 16 to 32, and that means it would be really good. I mean, so The PAM3 IO signaling, they're saying it could be a negative 25%, but it should give between, they're saying up to, basically they mean up to. It's not up to anything, but I just wanted to cover this really quick, because I wanted y'all to see what was going to be cooking on Nvidia's plate. So looking at the 5090, is the 5090 going to look like this? Are we going to have the 5090 looking like this? That is going to be the sick of all relations. I mean, I myself cannot see, putting this kind of GPU in my PC, taking up 4 lanes and everything else. How are you going to ever fit something like that? You would have to cut the bottom of the case out just to get something like that out. I know it's an exaggeration view and everything else that I'm giving you right there, but it still belittles me a little bit on what they do. I mean, we got to look at it like this. Is that the real size of the RTX 5090 when it first comes out? They saying it gets, up into the terabytes of speed and everything else. Is it really going to be the mastermind of it all? Is it going to be giving us horsepower? I mean, let's think about it. Is it really going to give us the horsepower we need for the games and everything else? Game makers keep going up and up and up, but I'm going to be honest with y'all, the 5090 doesn't look pleasing to me whatsoever. I'm seeing a lot of rumors and everything else. You would basically have to be on the DDR5 series, not the DDR4. You would have to be on the DDR5 series in order to use something like that. I mean, I want y'all to understand that. I mean, now the 40 series, you can get away with running it on DDR4, the DDR4 series. You can get away with it because you're running it at PCIe 4.0. On the B550 motherboards, you can get away with that. If you're running a B550, you can get away with running all the way up. I would say, and don't quote me on it, but I'm going to tell you up to, I would say about a 4080 on the DDR4 section. If you're running 12th gen, 13th gen, or if you're running, well, we'll stick in between the 10th and 12th gen, just to say. So, in between the 10th and 12th gen, running up to a 4080 would be fine, I would think. I'm not including AMD into this video. AMD is not being included into this video whatsoever. I'm just comparing GPU to GPU. Now, I was doing my homework a little bit today, and I was curious to see. I was really curious to see what was going on as far as I'll just show you so y'all get the point I'm talking about. Okay, now the thing is this. The point I'm making is this. Okay, now with the RTX 4090, they have over 94 different GPUs. 94. But if you go into Amazon, you go into Newegg, you go into Micro Center, you go into eBay and all them, you don't see all 94 different variants of that GPU. And it's just like the 4080, there's 95 different variants of that GPU. You don't see every one of them, And like the 4070 Ti, I don't know how they pulled this one off, but the 4070 Ti, they got 112 different variant GPUs. Same die, What I mean by variant, same die, everything A to Z on that one. Now, when they got, and that includes the non-OC and the OC ones. I'll get it right. So 112 4070 Ti's. 112. I don't see all of them, on them major stores. That's the thing. There's a lot of them you don't see. And why are they holding them back? If they have, they announced they have all these GPUs, well, then why in the hell haven't they put them out? That's going to be another question. Like the 4070, RTX 4070, there's 87 different kinds. All the same all the same die on the 4070s, but 87 different ones. I haven't seen but maybe 4. Just like the 4070 Ti, I haven't seen nothing but maybe 4 or 5. The 4080, I might have seen about maybe 4 or 5. The 4090, I might have seen about maybe 5 or 6. Where are they all at? Why are they hiding them? They announced that they're going to be making those, but you don't see any one of them being made. Okay. Where are they hiding them at? Why aren't they put up in like your Amazon, your Micro Center, and all? Micro Center's got 5 or 6. Depending on how many GPUs they got there, they got between 5 and 6 different. Well, no, let me recorrect that, because they only got a set amount in per case. They only got about maybe 2 or 3 different variants of the same numbers. Like, there's only 2 or 3. But that's it. You got, geez. I even went down as far as looking all this up. I did my homework today. Like the 4070, like I said, 87 different GPUs. We don't see those. 4060 Ti 8 gigabyte, they had 69. Don't get it wrong. Don't keep that dirty mind, but they got 69. You might as well say they did get 69. Okay, the 4060 Ti 16 gigabyte, they got 47. But guess what? Not one of them were on any of the sites. When the first launch to now? How many have you seen on any one of those sites? I really haven't seen. When I did a graphics card nightmare on Saturday, I haven't seen nothing. So this doesn't make sense to me. The 4068 gigabyte's got 58. It's got 58. I don't see all those. And I got I put down here the 4060 16 gigabyte. I didn't see any release, but they do have an RTX 4050 6 gigabyte that has not been released yet. So that is on the block. So I know it's kind of going off a little bit about the 5090. This was supposed to be like with the 5090, but I'm going to package everything into one for this video, because I really want to get down to the knees bees about this. They got so many of these different, new generation, GPUs. How come all of them aren't out on, out right there where the consumer can see to buy them? Okay. Why are they taking the best of the best and putting it into, hiding them, and then just giving you whatever just meets their needs, basically, the ones that gets, it looks like they're giving the ones that are slow silicon. You're getting slow silicon. See, I'm gonna rate it like this, and I want y'all to quote me on this. I'm going to have 2 different ratings. I'm going to have slow silicon, and I'm going to have fast silicon. That means high speed silicon and turtle silicon, slow silicon. So basically, when you get a GPU, it's either slow as a turtle or it's fast as a rabbit. Okay, and from what I see right now, that, you know, what they're putting onto the market is kind of slow as turtle, you know, slow as a turtle, you know, when it comes to speed from these GPUs. I've been hearing a lot of complaining. People have been complaining to me a lot about, you know, the speeds. They're like, okay, they say they got all these speeds, but they don't see it. They're not seeing it when it comes to the gaming. That's what I'm not seeing right now, is when it comes to the gaming. But I'm going to admit something. To this 4070 that I got, it's got some speed, but it's just, you know, to me, it's got the horsepower I need. But maybe to another gamer or something, or consumer, it might not have enough. Okay, there might be where they need more. Now, if they really need a lot from the graphics card, then they're going to be forced to pay to the 4090 and to the 4080. Or they're going to be running over there to AMD and getting one of theirs for a lower price. Who knows? I can't control that. That's something that you have to decide, not me, you. If you want to go to AMD and get one of their GPUs and you think they're lower in price but better in performance, that's fine. If you want to get last gen, you think it's better than the new gen, then that's up to you. That's your choice. Do remember, this is your choice. You can do. I made my choice when I got my RTX 4070. I made my choice. Is because I wanted mine right in the middle. I didn't want too much, and I didn't want not enough. Like the 4060 and the 4060 Ti, that wouldn't give me nothing. Okay, the 4070 put me right there in the middle. The 4070 Ti, 4080, and 4090, those I didn't need because they're basically overpriced for the horsepower they give. Now, the one I got was a little pricey, but it's better than the 4060. It's better than the 4060 Ti, and it definitely will keep up with the 4070 Ti somewhat, but it does keep up a little bit because the 4070 Ti and 4070 share the same die. It's just one's cut down more than the other one for the cores. You know, but they still share the same 192-bit bus, and they still share a lot of things in common. Do remember that. So just because one's 12 gigabyte and the other one's, 16 or 20 or whatever, but they still share the same die, the GPU die, they still share the same thing. So that's just to keep in mind when it comes to when you buy. If you're going to spend the $200 to $300 more to get that next up compared to what you got right in front of you. Now, I mean, I'm not going to spend $500 for a 16 gigabyte 4060 when that gives you 27% less performance than the 4070, and that's only $100 more. And price to performance on $100 more between those two, I would rather go with the 4070. I'll just be honest with you like that. Now with this 5090 that's coming out, that's rumored to come out in 2024, I'm going to tell you, I'm not looking forward to it neither. But I might if its price is right. But anyway, I don't want to make this a long video. I'm going to shorten it up right here. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And thank you for subscribing to the channel. If you have not subscribed yet, make sure you do subscribe right here to JJ's PC Builds. And thank you for subscribing if you have subscribed. And my veteran subscribers, thank you as always for all the love you show on this channel. And watching all the videos from beginning to end is much appreciated for everybody. But until the next time in the next video, this is JJ on JJ's PC Builds. We will see you on the next one.